Hi there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the YouTube channel dedicated to San Miguel de Allende's secrets. And today we're going to talk about how to successfully and, of course, wisely buy Mexican real estate and just some of the pitfalls to look out for. As always, in the descriptive box below, there are links to additional websites if you need more information, including a link out to Amazon.com that has all 10 of the best-selling books in the San Miguel de Allende Secrets book series. Lately, I've become privy to a bevy of preventable errors buyers encounter when buying Mexican real estate and wanted to share some common errors with you so your purchase is more joyful. These are some of the things to avoid and why they occur. Building. If build you must, be sure to have the same type of contract you'd have in the North, including dates, construction goals, penalties, and deadlines, before money changes hands. Baffling how many don't, and they are tied to contracts requiring payments when no construction has even yet occurred. The builder's reputation. Don't just rely on your agent. Investigate your builder's reputation of buying new construction. Talk to the neighbors and others that use the same builders. Go up to the courthouse. See how many lawsuits, past and present, are filed against the builder by homeowners. Sure, all this takes time, but it will save you loads of time down the road when living in a house that leaks like a sieve or has foundation cracks in the first year. The deed. I admit, even this one surprised me for sheer audacity. But confirm with your closing attorney before transferring a peso the deed is ready to be handed over to you at closing. Some sinister builders come to closing with a litany of excuses for not having your deed ready then. Walk away. If your deed isn't ready at closing, you will spend yet another small fortune in an attempt to get it later, making ever selling the home a nightmare. Utilities. Confirm with the service providers, electric, water, cable. Your new home has all the necessary utilities. A slimy builder will illegally tap into lines so the house shows with electric, but once you move in, you find yourself without electricity, internet, and such. It's a real buzzkill, especially if you, like most everyone, works from home. Property owners associations or homeowners associations. A property or homeowners association, often called a POA or an HOA, is a sticky wick. First step is to find out if the POA or HOA is legitimate. If it is, your property is listed in your deed as a condo with all the required association fees. Sounds simple enough, right? It's not. Some of the largest and most successful neighborhoods in town are not legitimate condos, meaning subject to fees, not necessarily an apartment. To have the required fees, a builder registers each home as a condo and sets aside a parcel of land for public recreation. Less savory builders don't want to set aside any land for a park and instead try to institute an association after the properties are sold. This situation is always a mess. Some owners won't pay as they don't have to, and some developers become Nazi-like, restricting access to your home. For instance, in my little hood alongside Centro, the developer left once all his lots were sold. Pretty normal. Then out of the blue, his cousin appeared one day who owns no property and wants 6,000 pesos, about $300 a month, for you or anyone to access your home. Now, of course, none of that's legal, but in a country with more pressing problems, no one really cares. Only 3 of the 50 homeowners pay him, but those who don't face constant access problems. One day, the cousin even blocked the Red Cross ambulance for nearly 2 hours for a neighbor that didn't pay him. Sadly, illegal POAs and HOAs can become a matter of life or death. Oh, here's the gentleman in the lower right-hand corner there, Greg Gunter. Really good real estate agent. If you need somebody local and you're looking around San Miguel de Allende, really can't speak highly enough of them. Okay, so why are all these problems existing? There are 2 root causes to promote these shenanigans. Here, lawyers refer to one of them as the Margaritaville effect. Simply put, folks on vacation like doing drugs. If buying a second or third vacation home, chances are the buyer is middle-aged and their drug of choice is booze. As any high schooler can confirm, booze lessens your defenses and decision-making abilities. The other cause is more culture-oriented and more tactile. Books are written how the U.S. is a fear-based economy. Builders depend on simply scaring a foreign homeowner into submission into paying their monthly fees. Others are more cruel and will monitor your schedule and then pay someone to rob your home. See what happens if you're not paying the part-time security guard a mile from your house. Plus, American business can be really nasty, and even Fortune 50 clients that adored me and my company would break a contract knowing I can't force a Glaxo or a Cisco to honor their commitment. Suddenly, here is a buyer looking at real estate, and he or she is invited to the builder's son graduation, a marriage, a birthday, or such, because that buyer is, quote, like family. The hugs, kowtowing, and inclusion, they're enticing. Lawyers that practice construction law in the U.S. sign contracts in Mexico. A kindergartner could point out the obvious liability issues. What to do? Just like Sister Mary Torture advised me in school, do your homework. Your agent is lovely, but he or she isn't plucking down the hundreds of thousands of dollars for your vacation home. So, talk to your potential neighbors, talk with the folks that use your builder, visit the courthouse. Can't stress that one enough. Have your closing lawyer verify that your contract is what your contract says before you sign it. 5, have your deed waiting for you at the closing. And lastly, research if your home is a condo and if any association fees are legitimate. The ambulance situation is terrifying and best to avoid whenever possible. Cheers and welcome home. As always, feel free to click the subscribe now button below and you'll get automatic notifications of new videos as they get released here on the YouTube channel dedicated to San Miguel de Allende Secrets.